Hello everyone, today is the 3rd of October 2025. Today, once again, I'm going to be talking about the latest news in crypto and what's happening. So let's just dive into it. Looking at the crypto market cap for today, it has increased by 1.39%. It's at $4.14 trillion. The fear and greed index is neutral at 57. Altseason indicator is at 66 from 100. And average crypto RSI is overbought once again at 57.24. Let's look at the price of Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin has surpassed 120,000 mark. It's currently at 120,377, which is huge for us. So let's see how it keeps going. About Ethereum is at $4,483. And XRP, it was at 2.98 yesterday, and it has already surpassed the 3-point mark, and it's at 3.02. So that's huge. I was talking about the fact yesterday that the CTO has left the company, but as you can see, the price is still increasing and not negative. It hasn't affected the price of XRP negatively, because I was also talking about what he left as a comment and how he talked to the community, which is a huge one when it comes to XRP. And he said that there are no hard feelings. As a matter of fact, he appreciates everyone working for the community there, the XRP community, the people that he has worked with, and even though he's leaving his position, he's going to be still involved in working together with them to find new ways to make the coin better. And in his own time, he's gonna have more time, but he said that he's gonna be able to get his hands dirty and doing all the coding. He's not this kind of guy that is concentrated on the business side only. He's really passionate about it. I've listened to several videos when I was starting out in crypto, and my impression that I got about him is that he's very passionate about what he does. So yeah, it's great for him. The price, as I said, hasn't decreased. And as a matter of fact, it has increased. So everything is fine, and it's good for the crypto community as well, and especially for the XRP fans out there. So that's a good thing. And now let's slowly talk about the other news for today and what's happening. First, I would like to talk about the price of Ethereum, because the price of Ethereum is very important for the start of alt season. Usually, when the money flows into Bitcoin, then we are waiting for the money to flow to Ethereum. And the next step, obviously, is the money going into big coins, the top 10, top 20, and then slowly, when people are selling, the money goes to the altcoins, which are like top 500 and even further. So this is the start. As soon as it goes past $5,000 mark, it's gonna have a huge psychological effect, because there are some signs for people who have been in the space and who know a little bit about how the alt season works. And one of the main indicators is the price of Ethereum. So it's looking really good. And if you look at the chart, it's forming a bullish pennant. The bullish pennant was broken down, but right now it's retesting the higher upper trend line. And if it goes up to 5,000 and it breaks out, I think good things are going to happen. So that's one of the major news about today. And historically, the fourth quarter has been a blessing for crypto traders, and let's see how it happens. Usually, like last year, the year before that, when the new year comes, we are getting close to it. Good things happen. Let's see how it goes this year. Other than that, what's happening? Let's see. So speaking of volatility, today 4.33 billion worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum options are set to expire. For those who aren't familiar, options are financial instruments that give traders the right, but not the obligation, to buy or sell assets at a specific price. With such a massive expiration expected today, we are also expecting high volatility in the markets. When large options expire, you often see price fluctuations as traders rush to adjust their positions. So this could mean quick moves up or down, especially with the recent tension in the markets around Ethereum and Bitcoin. There's also some information from Russia that Russia's central bank and they are thinking about Bitcoin as a hedge. So let's talk about that. Russia's central bank is considering Bitcoin as a potential hedge against the debasement of fiat currency. This is huge for a couple of reasons. First, Russia's ruble has faced significant devaluation in the past, and the inflation has eroded its value. By turning to Bitcoin, Russia could be signaling that it's looking for ways to diversify its reserves and protect against currency devaluation. This could give Bitcoin even more legitimacy on the global stage, especially as other currency countries start to explore digital assets for economic stability. So if Russia gets serious about this, it could have a massive impact on Bitcoin's adoption and could set the stage for other countries to follow. China, for instance, they've been banning crypto over and over during the years, but I think it's like a cold war when it comes to Bitcoin momentarily, because all these big countries, they are trying to get as much Bitcoin as they can, because nobody wants to be left out. And just like USA trying to get as many coins as possible against the hedge uh, of inflation, because the US dollar, their fiat, is being devalued on a daily basis, and they need something that retains value. So for that reason, Bitcoin seems to be an interesting option for countries as well. So as I said, if Russia is getting involved and they make it clear to others, it's official, that's pretty serious. It's a very big country, and the war and what they've been doing to Ukraine has destroyed the power of ruble. So yeah, they are looking for other options. What else? The treasury buyback. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 days ago, there was a buyback of $4 billion of their own debt, and they did the same today. So the Treasury bought back 2 billions of their own debt. Now, this is something we might not talked about. The US government sometimes buys its own bonds back to manage the debt levels and influence interest rates. This kind of move is bullish for crypto, as it signals that the government is trying to keep borrowing costs low and keep the economy afloat. When the government buys back its debt, it can also lead to inflationary pressures, which could push investors toward assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. This could contribute to more liquidity flowing into the crypto space, which is obviously always bullish for the market. Speaking about bullish news, as I was saying yesterday, we're talking about BlackRock and Vanguard's BlackRock and Fidelity, two of the biggest institutional players in the game, have just purchased 237.8 million worth of Ethereum. I mean, if you are unfamiliar with these names, these are the financial giants that manage trillions of dollars. The fact that they are making a big bet on Ethereum speaks volume about the growing institutional interest in crypto. This is a massive validation for Ethereum as a serious investment. So it could have a huge influence, obviously. So keep an eye on the Ethereum's price action. These kinds of purchases often act as a signal for broader market trends. And it's not just BlackRock and Fidelity. Crypto whales, the big investors with massive amounts of crypto, are loading up heavily in Ethereum right now. We've seen with both Bitcoin and Ethereum in the past, when will starts accumulating, it usually means that they are positioning for a big move. So what does this mean for you? If you're holding Ethereum, these moves are bullish indicators. When whales are buying, it often signals the price could be gearing up for another upward move. It's a great time to pay attention to market sentiment and see if you should be adding to your position. So obviously, something that is good for Ethereum is good for the rest of the coins. As I have mentioned this before, the money then keeps flowing to altcoins because people have made their gains. They say this is enough for my position in Ethereum or Bitcoin, and then they are looking for alternative coins which have more volatility, which means that there is a more upside to make gains. So if you invest in a coin that is momentarily at the 50 or 100 million market cap, then you know that if that coin has had some substantial increases in price in the past, you can just look at the all-time highs and all-time lows. One more thing, since I'm talking about this, I want you to pay attention to is the total amount of coins. So if you look at the price, you might be thinking that the coin that you are interested in might go up to that price. It doesn't necessarily happen that way for many reasons, and one of them being that maybe the price of the coin 2 years ago, if it was $2, it doesn't mean that the amount of coins in the past was the same as now, because some projects they increased the amount of coins substantially, and obviously if you have a diluted market and if you have an inflated coin, you're not going to reach the same high. So you should be using this as one of the main indicators. I mean, if you find a coin, you should go to CoinGecko, for instance. That's what I use, usually looking at the historical data. I find out how many coins were in circulation at the time of all-time high. And then based on that, I look at the coin amounts now. There are some coins also that, might have had like 100 billion in the past, and now they have like 70 or 80 or whatever it is. And some projects are also burning and decreasing coins, which makes the value of each coin more. So yeah, think about that as well. Don't just look at the price and think that your coin is gonna reach that price just because in the past it was in that area. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that as well. Yeah, about BNB, I have to mention the price of BNB because Binance is a huge exchange. From the beginning, they have been working to provide an exceptional service. I've been using Binance since the beginning. I can't say that it has always been a blast working with them because in some instances they handled my case is not in the most professional way. The typical case when you have an issue and they just provide sympathy instead of providing the service, which is customer support and resolving issues like the again and again, sorry for displeasing you or whatever, making you feel sad, and this kind of nonsense comments, and then they take a lot of time to resolve these issues, but at the end you might not even have your issue resolved. So even though I've been with them for a long time, now I have other exchanges that I'm trading on. It's still one of those exchanges that is safe because in the past we had some bad things happening in the space, and they have proven over and over again that those coins that they are keeping, the ones that you have and those of the other people, they can actually back it up. So they are not using your coins to make leveraged bets like FTX did, and they screwed a lot of people, even though FTX was bought and now the money is being returned to people slowly. It has left a very bad mark on our space, and people are cautious with putting their money in any exchange. Since I'm talking about exchanges and putting your money somewhere, the safest bet, the safest is a cold wallet. A cold wallet means that your keys, so your coins, and nobody else can mess with those coins. Even if it's a big company like Binance and you keep your coins there, you never know what might happen. And if they are insolvent, then you're gonna be in a bad situation. So obviously, if you have open trades and you're expecting something, you need to have it on an exchange. Otherwise, if you have it on a cold wallet, then you have to. If your cold wallet provides that option, you can swap it for something. But obviously, the fees and rates there are not favorable for us, and it's always best to find an exchange, find out about the fee structure and what you're paying them. And since the beginning, as I said, Binance fee-wise has been good for me, and that's where I trade. So yeah, if you have open trades, or you're entering and exiting the market from one coin to another, obviously you need to have your assets, at least some of them, on the exchange that you need for doing that. Otherwise, you can keep your coins safely in a cold wallet. And also remember to place your keys somewhere in a safe place, whether it's your small piece of paper or whatever you decide to write it on a tree or something, I don't know. Just make sure that if anybody knows, then those are the people that you trust absolutely. um, and just take care of those keys, because there are many stories about people who have forgotten or misplaced the keys, and then they go to some garbage yards where they are looking for lost keys, or the device that they had, whether it's a ledger or something else. So there are plenty of stories out there. Just don't be one of them. Keep your coins safe. Your coins means that you have them and nobody else has control. So unlike the banks where you keep your money, uh, you don't ever control those, dollars or whatever fiat you have. Whatever the banks decide is your fate. So just be careful, since you have the possibility to take care of your own money and, keep it safely. Just make sure that if you decide to trade, you have it on an exchange, the amount that you need for trading, and the rest keep it in your cold wallet. About cold wallets, I'm also going to mention, obviously, with the 10 views that I have now, I'm not sponsored by anyone. And if I'm going to be sponsored by anyone, those are going to be companies and people that, I trust in a way. And obviously, I'm not going to be lying to my followers or people who just listen to me. I don't like the word follower. You don't necessarily have to be a follower to listen to someone. So that's not gonna happen. Nobody's ever gonna corrupt me. So if I give an advice, this is something that I would do myself. So for that reason, out of my own experience, I've only used Ledger, and I have two of them. But what I'm thinking is that I'm gonna be moving to another one. So at the moment I have Ledger. It has worked well for me. And make sure that you read about the cold wallets and the device that you're going to be using, which one is best. Because if it's open source, you can see yourself how the device works. And when something is open source, there's a possibility to understand. For other people who are not so tech savvy, and even if you're tech savvy, that's even better to see how your coins are kept safe. So yeah, I've been using a Ledger, and so far it has served me well, even though I keep most of my funds on the exchanges, whether it's Kraken or Binance, because it's it's what I do. I trade. I don't keep my most of my coins on the cold wallet. So yeah, I would recommend Ledger if you don't have large amounts, if you are starting out. Because I also read something weird about Ledger. It was a couple of months ago, maybe more, that they're gonna be keeping half of your keys, and for that reason, a lot of people in this space said, "Okay, that's not gonna happen. I'm not interested in this device anymore." So for that reason, if you have larger amounts, Trezor is the best option. I think it's the safest. So between these two, if you're even starting out or if you have more funds, let's say, Treasury is the better one between these two. Even though I have Ledger only momentarily, I'm gonna get Trezor where I will need it. So for the time being, I'm good where I am, and it has been a safe way to keep my coins. Yeah. I talked a long time about where to keep the coins safe, but yeah, it's something that you should keep in your mind. And since we are talking about the coins, I'm gonna make one small suggestion for everyone listening that whenever you make a transaction, just double, triple, check it 10 times if necessary. Make a small transaction, see how it goes through, and then you can use the same address, obviously. Instead of just copying it, just take a look, not just the beginning and the end, because there are new ways of uh, messing with people that some scammers found is that what they do is they generate the same start and the end of your addresses, and they deceive people into thinking that that's their wallet that they are sending the money to. Instead, it goes to them. So, I mean, as many times as you need, just make sure that wherever you're sending it, the address is yours and not somebody else's. Yeah, I just had to mention it, and probably gonna mention it in the future many more times, because these are the things that matter the most. Making the money obviously is one side of the story, but then you should be able to keep your money safe first of all, and when you have to move it, you should know how to move it and don't mess it up. So yeah, that's that. What else did I want to talk about? What else? What else? Let me see. What else? Yeah, so I started talking about BNB and the price, and I started rambling about my Binance experience and about the coins and how to preserve them. So yeah, let's go to the back to the topic, which was the price that I wanted to talk about, and it has surpassed the 101, sorry, 1,112 mark, which is huge. I mean, when I first got involved in crypto, I remember the price of Binance being 50 USD, and I actually had like 500 euros worth of it in the beginning, and then moved it to another coin. I don't remember which one, but I was constantly moving and making gains as I could when I was starting out. So I was in one position one day and the next one the next. So yeah, Binance Coin was the first one of the first one that I bought among XRP and other coins like VeChain. And if you ask me, I wouldn't tell you that, yeah, I knew it from the beginning that this coin was gonna blow up. I think nobody knew. But Binance has shown over the years that they are solid, even though there was a moment when CZ got arrested. I think those of you who have more experience know about what happened, but he's back now. Unofficially, I think he's the puppet master there, but officially he's not the CEO anymore. But this is one of the main guys in the space, the OGs. So definitely he puts an input into Binance, his coin, and his company. So yeah, I think he's definitely the main guy who's pulling strings. What else? Other than that, let's talk about the BlackRock purchase, another one, which is 466.5 million worth of Bitcoin. I mean, guys, I've been talking about this for the past few days since I started that If you see a company like this managing trillions of dollars, making such purchases on a daily basis, it adds up. I mean, this is serious. Nobody has a $500 million to just throw around in something that is not going to be a safe bet. So just learn from it, you know. Look at the big players. They got big by doing the correct moves, not by messing up all the time. What else can we talk about? Yeah, I should definitely mention this, that you know Trump is considering giving a stimulus check, which is from $1,000 to $2,000. So like on a more political note, let's say. So there is talk that he's gonna do that, offering taxpayers a tariff revenue that he has placed on so many countries and then removed it and then placed it again. I don't know what game this guy is playing, but you know it's not going very well. One thing I want to say about the tariffs is that whenever you place a tariff on a country, it doesn't mean that the consumer, in this case in USA, is paying less. No, it's not the case. What they are doing is that if China imports whatever phone that costs $100, that in the past was $100 after the tariffs, or whatever the amount of the percentage of the tariff is, you pay that amount on the top of it. So the consumer is the one that is getting ripped off again, because if the Chinese seller wants to sell you something, he has to make a profit as well. Then, if he has to pay the tariff, it means that he has to pay more for it to bring it to your country. And then, whoever buys it has to pay the difference, which in this case is increasing and decreasing depending on what Trump decides. So, if there are some people who have missing chromosomes in their brain, and I think there are many of those people who believe everything that Trump says or the government, they don't understand what tariffs mean. So yeah, in this case, this is what tariffs mean, and he's saying that he's going to be offering like $1,000, $2,000 to taxpayers. That it's coming from the tariff revenue. I mean, please. So yeah, the last time we had this, injection of to injection of money for taxpayers. It was during the stimulus check. I mean, it was during the COVID uh, mess that we had. It's another disaster that happened, and during those times, they gave people money. It was like 1,000, 1,500 USD. I don't remember exactly, bro, because I don't live in US. So yeah, it was one of the main reasons actually, because people were sitting at home. They had this money coming in, so they started, buying altcoins and crypto, and that's why there was a huge alt season in 2021, and that's what we are expecting to happen again sometime soon. So yeah, obviously this fact that he's considering doesn't mean anything, because they consider a lot of things and then at the end nothing gets done. But if this printed money that they print on a daily basis is going to be injected to our markets, this is good for us. So yeah, once again, uh, uh, the political situation in USA is a mess, and I think it's more or less the same situation everywhere, and it's turning into a clown world. But if these world people, if these clowns help us in reaching our financial freedom, then so be it. It is what it is. Then I'm gonna touch on the last story for today, and that's it, because I'm looking at the watch and I've been rambling for uh, 30 minutes almost, and I don't want to bore you. But as I mentioned before, I'm speaking from my experience, and if I don't have any passion, I'm not gonna do anything. So I think some of you are gonna find value in what I'm saying, and yeah, whoever does that, I'm gonna be grateful that those people are, around, and that some kind of community is being created here. Obviously, I have big plans, otherwise I would not have started it. And one thing I want to say again and again, I'm never going to be corrupted. I'm never going to sell you shitty coins and projects just down your throats so that I can make money. That's never going to happen. And I'm going to tell you now from the start. no matter how big this channel becomes, that's not going to happen. So the last thing for today that I want to mention is that another 500 million worth of USDC has been minted. If those who don't know, USDC, like USDT, is a stable coin, and whenever more of these coins are printed, it means that there's more demand. Obviously, there's always this kind of serious stable coins are backed one-to-one with the US dollar, and they actually have to show it, and you can check it as well. And yeah, they printed another 500 millions worth, which is good for us because there is more demand. And whenever there is more demand for stable coins, the only reason why they want to use stable coins, most of them, not everyone, is to make purchases in whether it's in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other coins. So that's a huge thing. I would call it a win. And yeah, that's about it for today. I talked about 30 minutes. God damn it! I was thinking doing it for 10 minutes. Whenever there's gonna be some days when I have more on my mind and I want to say something, I'm gonna say it. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a precise amount of time. So if I'm speaking slowly, which I am, I take my time to speak. You can just 2x it and it's gonna go faster. So your 30 minutes are gonna turn into 15. That's what usually I do if I'm listening to somebody and somebody speaks the way they speak. We all have our own manner of speaking, and that's fine. What matters is the content of the words and the speech, and as long as it's something valuable, which I think talking about valuable things, you can bear my voice, and that's fine. Yeah, that's about it for today. I wish you guys all the best. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and just keep winning, and stay safe out there. All the best. I'm gonna check in again tomorrow. Bye bye.